What's up, y'all? Gideon here. So essentially, what we're just gonna do is we working our way, through a little video. Gonna create a little reel for Mr. Fantastic. Just 'cause I like to do that stuff. So again, some people like them, some people don't. But I just try to make these little stories. It's mostly again for my kids, my grandkids. They like that stuff, so it's cool, man. So I'm just gonna be working on that mostly. Working on that. We can talk about a little Marvel Strike Force along the way, but yeah, man, that's what I'm gonna be working on. I'll show you my process and all that. So first things first. So this is Whisk by Google Labs, and so you can kind of take an idea and adjust it. We're trying to figure out the right story to go for my Mr. Fantastic here. So basically, what has happened is he's doing an experiment. The experiment is going wrong, and now he has to deal with the consequences of that. So he's going to go down here in the basement to fix some things. That's where I'm at right now, but I don't know. I don't think that that's what I want to do. I don't think that's what I want to do. I think I want, because there was already an opening scene, right? He's already doing the stuff. He's already trying to work on a base, or before he got to that basement, he already had a snafu in the lab. So it feels to me like if I just kept going down that route, then that's just boring, right? We got to somehow step things up, get the action going a little bit quicker. So I think what I'm going to do is go back to the drawing board, so to speak, and try to think about a way that we could adjust our story to come up with something different. Because I just think that that's going to be too boring. So what I'm going to do, jump over here to Chat GPT, and we're going to go ahead and see if we can figure out something else. So I'm just going to tell him how I feel about it. So I think we need to increase the suspense and really start getting into the story. This whole segment right here just seems like a retouch of what we already did. So how can we start to introduce the villain, introduce some suspense, and get the story moving, keeping the viewer engaged? So let's see what ChatGPT has to say about that. So essentially, I use the abilities kind of as my framework. It's just mostly for pacing of the story. Um, all right, so let's read through what we got here. An ominous presence. So there was an intentional overload. That's what messed up his experiment. Mystery glitches. I kind of like that. All right. So he's still going to be going down the stairs. Uh, hmm. The pulse moves. All right. So one of the things it doesn't understand right now is it's trying to give me these like video scenes, and I don't want video scenes. I want like stills, like comics that I can add, that I can make motion out of, right? I want them to be like still comic panels. Once again, that way I can animate them the way I want. So I want 3 to 5 panels usually. This looks good. Let's keep in mind that we're making still panels, and then we're going to animate them. So let's make sure our prompts are set for still panels to tell our story. And you don't have to just trust it either, right? I mean, it's supposed to be helping you with your creativity, your creative process. Don't just go with whatever it says. Early on, you might not be able to do anything different because you don't know any better. But as you start working with things and telling stories and whatnot, you start figuring out what actually works and what doesn't. Right. So again, don't just believe the hype. It's just polling the internet and trying to come up with some information. That doesn't mean it's what you want. It doesn't mean it's good for you. All right. Think so we're gonna have him going down the stairs, right? Because that's always a suspense thing. Something's going on in the basement. You're going down the stairs. So I'm going to need to change what I got so far. Let's see. We got some energy coming out. He's going to stretch, which is hard. I find that's difficult to do, is make him stretch. All right. So if he's going to be going down this staircase, we need to figure out what that's going to look like and what this room is going to look like. I already had a room set up, right? So this is what I had before. This is the staircase. Uh, yeah, this is the staircase. We'd be going down to this room here, but it just looks too much like what we were already doing. This was the concept for the room. Okay, so I probably was going to go with this one. It's the concept for the room. But again, it just felt like we look at what we were already doing, that it's the same thing, right? He's going back down the stairs for another weird orb, and I don't want to do that. So I think we got something going here. So we'll go back here to GPT and we're going to say, yeah, man, we're going to go with that. I like the idea. Can I get another prompt for what our new subterranean chamber looks like and a prompt for what those stairs would look like as well? So we're going to build those two parts. Because if you can build the pieces of the scene, then you can use the technology to make sure your characters are in the same scene, right? More consistency in your characters. So what do we got here? Well, well, it's not exactly what we want because it's kind of giving me this alien thing that's under the ground. I don't necessarily want the thing to be under the ground. It needs to be part of the building. Okay. So we got to do things a little different. So yeah, so I mean, you can't just take its word for it, right? We want to try to keep the same vibe, but we want to keep in mind that this is still part of the same building. So we don't want it to look like it's carved into the bedrock. It's part of the same building, but obviously something is wrong. So it takes a minute, right? You got to think about what it's saying, what's going on. Okay. We got the same kind of building. Uh, something's wrong. Okay. Stuff's broken. And then we have some stairs that go with it. So we'll see what happens. I think I like this. We're trying a graphic novel style. If you have a different style in mind, I would definitely be interested in trying out some different artistic styles from comics and whatnot. So go with Whisk. Now Whisk only had, I don't know how many generations it's going to let me do. I don't know how many generations it's going to let me do. So let's see. All right. So we're in. Does that look like Reed's basement? in the Baxter building. Can we go with that? I think maybe I'd like that. Does that look enough like what we want? I think so. We'll go with that. All right. And then we need the staircase. Oh, also, what we got to do. So we're going to copy it. And we're going to take it over here to Canva. So that's my thumbnail right there. I'm going to take this over here to Canva. Now, wait a minute. The dimensions are. Okay. That wasn't something that I caught right away. We got letterboxing at the top and the bottom, which I don't want. And I don't think I like that other picture. So we'll roll it again. Now, again, Whisk, man, it only going to give me so many generations a day. There's another letterbox. Now they're both letterboxed. What is going on? All right. I guess we're just going to keep it. We will replace background and we'll just make it full screen. Like so. And we'll upscale it. We want it to be as sharp as possible because we're putting it into a video generator. So we need the picture to be as sharp as possible. So while it's working on that, we'll jump back and figure out about our stairs. Let's see. So we used this picture, right? We used this picture. So what we can do is we can refine. That's what it's going to be called with this tech. And we're going to have some staircases, and it should make it inside of the same architecture, we hope. We hope we're going to get something that's the same architecture. All right. We did not. We just got more stuff. Don't worry, guys. AI is going to take over the world. Except it doesn't know what a staircase is right now. Kind of like that. I like this one. Kind of like that one. So we'll use that one as well. So what do we got here? We upscaled it. So we'll replace it with the up-res version. Boom. You know what? I didn't need to do that just yet, did I? Because we haven't actually made a video for this room. What I needed to do is establish my areas. Okay. Well, at the very least, I know that that's the area. And we're going to use these stairs. And so then our first scene. Hopefully everybody's doing good out there. What's up, everybody? How's the weather where you're at? All right. So for our first scene, we're going to have Reed. He's coming down those stairs, right? Let's see what we wanted to do. This was all the corrections. Yep, he's going down the stairs. Okay. So this is where stuff gets interesting. We're going to copy this. Head back over to Whisk. And we are going to, we want these locations. So I want this staircase This was the old one. I'm gonna get rid of no, just drag this over here. So I want this staircase. And I think this was the room. I already forgot. This one was the room. This was the room that we wanted. This one would be okay too. Let's go with this one. All right. So we have our staircase and we have our room. So now what we're going to do, we're going to put our prompt in for the staircase, right? And we want to make sure that our staircase is legit and it looks like the room. So we'll select it over here. We have our dude that we made for Mr. Fantastic up here. And so hopefully it looks like Mr. Fantastic walking down the stairs. Okay. Do we like those? What do you think? Either of these could work. It could work. But I'm not sure if they're telling the story the way I want. That one on the left, I could probably work with. Could probably work with the one on the left. He's not walking down the stairs. I would have to make a move again. Let's take another roll at it. This is the game. This is the game. Let's take another roll at it. I like the one on the right. It kind of shows what's happening. Right. So from the earlier pictures, everything was blue. Now stuff is red. I just wish the angle was different. This isn't super good at that, but we'll try it one more time. So I'm gonna hit refine, and I want the shot to be hmm. I want the shot. It's not gonna work. Because I kind of want him walking up the stairs. I wanted him coming down the stairs, is what I wanted. Hmm. I can have him looking from, how about this? I'll change the way it goes. I'll keep this one. We'll have him looking from side to side, realizing that something's wrong. We'll do that. So we'll keep the picture. I'll get out of refine. We'll keep the picture. We'll up-res it. All right, so here's our picture. We need to increase the resolution. So I just want, again, we want it to work with the highest quality picture that we can. So we'll increase the resolution while it's working on that. Let me think about the prompt. Replace that in the design. And we will go with Mr. Fantastic. Elastic attack panel 1. And then we will download it. Boom. Then we're going to head right back over here. Let's see. See, that's what I mean. So it's telling me here that the reflection in his visor, which Mr. Fantastic doesn't have a visor. Let's see what happens. We're going to have to edit that part out, though, about the visor. Do something a little different. So come back here. We will get rid of the staircase. This was the room that we had. It might end up being different. All right. Where's the visor? The reflection in his visor shows the bolt change of direction in midair. Bursts out from the core. He doesn't have a visor. So we'll get rid of this. We'll just get rid of that part. The bolt is changing direction in midair. I don't know what we'll get from that. It seemed to make sense initially, but now I don't know. Okay. I can dig that. Cravey, what's up, man? Hey, man, I'm just a dude, man. I'm just a creator. I don't work for the company or nothing, but I just like making these stories. How long you been playing, man? How long you been playing? Think I think we're gonna go with that. I'm gonna do the same prompt. No. Run it one more time. How could we change it? Let's just run it one more time and see what happens. I'm not sure how we could change it. I want it to keep making sense. All right. I like that one better. That one came out good. I like that one better. We got our guy right here. I like this. That's what we're gonna go with. Wish he didn't have these little bullseyes. We'll see if I can get rid of them. We'll see if we can get rid of them. We'll jump back over here to Canva. We gotta let it upload. Bing. And before well, I don't know the order of operations. If I should upres it first, we'll upres it first. Actually, why it's a lower resolution, we'll make the adjustment. All right, what we're gonna do is this magic eraser, I believe. is what I want. And we need to get rid of those little things because I don't think that's something that's on our guy's costume. So we'll highlight those little jobbies right there. And we just want them to gone, man. We just want to erase them. Bing. All right, that was easy. I was already on the right spot. Upscale it. Here we go. Cravey. I've been playing since launch 2018, 2019. Solid, brother. But I took long breaks here and there from playing. But yeah, I love art. And this is still cool to see you make. Well, I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it, brother. Art is cool, man. It's part of human culture, right? Like that's one of the crazy things, man. We think about it as people. There's certain things that just every culture on the planet has. And art is one of them, right? Music, food, language, those little things. Oh, the wheel's spinning. It's hopefully it's not stuck. Here we go. Bang. We'll replace it. Hopefully. All right. So that is panel number 2. We'll download that. In the meantime, let's take a swing. See if we can get a couple things happening at the same time here. So what are these? Elastic attack story panels. For elastic attack story panels, could I have prompts for Kling 2.0 to animate the panels? We want it to be attention grabbing, cinematic, and any special effects that we feel are appropriate. So Kling is one of the animation software. So we're not going on a subterranean chamber anymore. So what does he want to do? A cinematic downward camera follows Mr. Fantastic as he cautiously descends. So we'll adjust that. Not really. I don't like that's not going to work. Okay. So what we'll do, I think we can just grab the picture once again. I'll just do it like that. Let's see here. This is the picture we generated for panel 1. How should we animate it? We're using Kling 2.1. Let's see what the good old Chat GPT's got to say, man. Slow zoom in. All right, so I sort of like that. I'm going to change it though. So you might as well keep walking down the stairs, right? You might as well keep walking down the stairs. All right, so we'll go over here to Kling. So this is what we did earlier. I don't know
A.
if it's noise or not.
I
I don't know if you can hear that. Um, oh, because we're in the lip sync section. We want to generate a video. Delete Mr. Fantastic panel 1. Boom. And I got to remember to change that cost output. I don't need it for 10 seconds. 5 seconds will do. Here's the prompt that we had. Slow zoom in. Standing at the base of the glowing staircase. That's not what we're going to do. We're going to have him walking as he walks down the stairs. Yep, as he walks down. As he walks down the staircase. Guess I should have read that a little closer. All right, he's walking down the staircase. That's what we wanted to do. We'll say the man is cautious. Look good? I think that's going to happen. All right. Let us see. So we'll generate that. And that's going to take a minute. So then we will go back. Where were we? We will go back to, where were we? Here, and we'll generate our next panel. Oh, so we have a hidden enemy lunges from the shadows in one smooth, lightning fast motion. The hammer tracks the arm as it elongates. That's not going to work. Oh, that's that's what we're going to animate it. That's what's going to happen. Animating the stretchiness is difficult. That's something that we found. It's really tough. They don't respond really well to it. I use another program that does that. I was working on it earlier. I got 1 out of like 7 that looks reasonable. All right, so here it is. Mid shot of Mr. Fantastic reaching towards a flickering holographic console. So that's what happened. All right, so that just happened. All right. Stretches his right arm. Right. I don't know if that's going to work either. Debris floats. I'll just ask it to rewrite number 3. Can we rewrite panel number 3, elastic intercept? Somehow we want there to be a shadowy figure that's causing the initial reaction from Reed. Let's see what it comes up with. All right. Our blurred, shadowy figure is partially visible, darting between machinery. The figure's form is indistinct, only a silhouette with glowing red or violet eyes. We can give them what color are people's eyes in Strike Force right now? We already had red. We had blue for Doom. I guess the new guys, Annihilus guys, they haven't had any eyes, have they? Background machinery is going erratically. We'll see. We will see. So we got our guy. We have our room. And we'll run that. We will see what happens. Big bucks, no whammies. Okay. Interesting. Oh, bro. Bro. So I this is kind of cool, but I don't like it. It's not what we want. And then this one here definitely would have been better, but he doesn't have the logo on his chest and it's difficult to put the logo on. Maybe. And now that I'm looking at it, maybe all right. So how about what we do? See, you got to iterate on the fly. So he should be working on trying to fix whatever's going on in this panel, right? We'll have him working on whatever is going on in this panel, and behind him, the shadowy figure will go by. How about that? I think I like that better. Want it to be a little bit suspenseful. Trying to think of something that will keep people drawn into the story. So we're going to change prompt number 3 again. Let's change panel 3 elastic intercept one more time. Let's have him working on that panel or working on something in that room that was broken. It'll be a close up shot of him, and we'll leave some negative space on one side of the screen. And behind him, you'll be able to see the shadowy figure. And later on, we'll animate the figure moving. That means we probably need to reprompt the panels that come after this to keep the story going. Sorry, I forgot to bring you guys along for the ride. All right. Okay. So he's going to be working on the damage control panel. Um, 2 is floating beside him because of anti-gravity. We won't have that. That'll just get too weird. Stage left, we got space where we got the shadowy figure. We got smoke. We will eliminate this part. This stuff just confuses the bot. No need to tell it that he hasn't done any stretching yet. All right, let's see what we got. We're gonna have to make some adjustments. Let's see here. Where are we? That's the prompt. We need to get rid of some things we said. Smoke. His elongated arm is not stretched. No point to have that in there. That'll just make things confusing. This generator doesn't know what other generators know, so no need to tell it about that. And then I saw some tools earlier. We want to get rid of those tools. Tools float midair because that's just going to be extra stuff to animate. We want to make sure we're animating the important things. All right, here we go. Big bucks, no whammies. I'm wondering if I'm gonna run out of generations here, man. I've done a lot, and I haven't got a lot done. Ooh, what do you think? I think I can go with this here. I think we can go with that. This ain't bad. He doesn't have enough fingers, and he doesn't have a 4 on his chest. Oh, that's where I start getting nervous, man. I know I'm getting close to running out of generations here, but you got to get it right. Ooh, this will work. What do you think? We got this one, and then we got this one. Uh, think where's the smoke coming from on that? I think I'm gonna go with that one. Go right here. We'll up-res this. So we got 3 panels. So while that one's up-resing, let's go back over to the video and see if it's done. The video is done. Let's see what it looks like. Walking up the stairs. Oh, that's the wonderful thing about AI. As he continues to walk down the staircase. I hate it when the generations go bad like that. All right. So while that's happening, what I'm gonna do is jump on my fail safe here. We'll look at another generator. Giving away all my goodies. This one is the only one that I got to work with some stretchiness. Like this was cool, but it didn't like stretch. So now we got to reprompt. What we're using. We're using this. So we'll take that prompt. So that was Cling that we were using. We're going to come back over here to this is Minimax. And we'll see if we can get our guy to walk down the stairs. In the meantime, we'll come back over here. We got a shadowy figure. Panel 3. So panel number 3 is in the books. Let's think about what we're going to do. Let's see. We can reprompt 4 and 5. We'll have Reed reacting to the figure. We will have Reed reacting to the figure. Right, so let's see. Turning towards the corridor. One hand is still repair. Let's see. The background should have room for animating the shadow. All right, so I don't want another picture of him reacting. Like we could have him react. We could have him react in the panel before. We could have him reacting from the panel before. We'll have Reed turn his head during the panel before this one. So then what would come next? Let's see. I don't want him to be back in the doorway still, right? We got to advance the story. We got to advance the story somehow. We can't have him still just be sitting there. All right. How would we describe this? Let's change panel 4 again. We don't want this to be sitting in that chair for 2 frames in a row. So we need him up and around. Let's say he's kind of looking with a concerned look on his face. He's looking around, trying to figure out what he just saw. And maybe we can be looking at it from over the shoulder of the shadowy figure. How about that? Over the shoulder of the shadowy figure. So the shadowy figure is close up in the frame. Over his shoulder, looking at nope. Nope. Let's do it different. For panel 4, let's redo that. We don't want him sitting down in the chair. Let's have Reed looking around. He's concerned. He knows he saw something, but we don't know what. He doesn't see the shadowy figure in that frame. And then for panel 5, it's an over the shoulder shot of the shadowy figure that is clearly looking at Reed, sneaking up on him, perhaps. or looking at him from behind. All right. So he's looking around. We're gonna go with that. He's looking around. Let's try it. All right. So the guy's sneaking up on him, right? The guy's getting the drop on him. For this one, he doesn't see him, hopefully. Do you see a guy in a picture? I don't see a guy. We'll go with this one, though. I like it. So we got to up-res that one. Boom. Increase the resolution. And while that's working, let's see if our videos are done cooking. All right. Are we walking down the stairs this time? Let us investigate. Are we walking down the stairs? I apologize for the. Well, we're not walking down the stairs. But I guess we can keep it. How about over here? Minimax. Maybe we'll go with this one, huh? A little bit more acting. I forgot to bring you along. So how about this one? A little bit more acting. And he runs a little stiff, but it kind of gives us a sense that something is wrong. All right. I think we'll go with that. I think we'll go with that. I think we'll go with that. Okay. So we just came down the stairs and pardon. So we just came down the stairs. He knows something's wrong. We're looking around. The next scene. Run out of credits quickly. The next scene, here's the panel that's trying to hit him. We might skip that. We might skip that. We'll go to right to panel number 3. He's working on the stuff, and the guy's behind him. How about that? We'll go right. Right. Don't need to keep the. You don't need extra shots. So he's working on the problem. Guy's behind him. Where is my instructions for panel 3? Here we go. Up-res this. So this is panel 4. Boom. And then we'll jump back to panel. Let's see. Panel 3, elastic intercept with our finalized close-up version. What prompt in Kling 2.1 can I use for that? We definitely want him to turn his head to see the shadowy figure in the hallway about halfway through the generation. And then I guess we need the shadowy figure also to walk away before that. Let's see what it gives us for a prompt. Let's see what that gives us. I know it's easy. It looks easy. I could definitely just type that in myself, but these different video generators, they respond to the inputs differently, right? Where you put the subject, how you control the camera. Let's see what this puts out, man. I don't know. I've never tried something like this. This might be one of more ambitious creations. So while that's cooking, let's see if we can get our last picture. Um, all right, we'll try this in 2 ways. Since I went with this picture, we will refine the picture. So we'll take that one and we will try to. I didn't build this character. That's the other thing. If I built our bad guy character, which we still need to do, it might be easier. That's pretty good. I don't know why we have a siren on our back. What happens if I try it again? This is where I get worried. Whisk doesn't do a whole lot. It might literally give us the exact same thing. That's happened a couple times. I just need him to not have the 4 on his back. And why does he have a light on his back? I can probably get rid of the light and the 4, actually. Let's try this. We'll just do a base prompt. We have our guy and our background selected. See what it gives us. Hopefully something good. We re-rolling here. That's interesting, but not what we want. Why? An emergency red strobe glows faintly. All right. That's not what we want, but that's what's causing the problem, right? I should have read about it. Um, An emergency red strobe glows faintly on his back. I can remove that from the text. Since it doesn't understand what that is, right, from what we're saying. We'll give it one more roll, man. One more roll. It doesn't like it. With our adjustment, we'll try refine one more time. We got to get rid of that red emergency strobe. Big bucks, no whammies. Something's going to happen, right? Well, they can't be looking at each other. Oh, man. Bro. This is where you start getting into those feedback loops, man. I'll go with this one. And I'll see if I can get rid of the beacon on his back and the number 4. That shouldn't be too difficult. Let's see what we can do. Let us see what we can do. I think we can just go ahead and get rid of those things. We'll replace the background. We'll make our adjustments first. If you think that I should do something different, I'm always open for some suggestions. We want to get rid of this little guy right here. And take the logo off the back. All right, let's see what happens. Well, we'll undo it. We'll keep the logo on the back. Somehow. I'm trying to make him be different than what. All right, so now I can unclick him. We just got this thing. Maybe that'll work. So I've got a strobe light stuck to his back. Still's got a red dot. This could get weird, man. One of these things I can. Yeah, here we go. Magic grab. So I can grab our guy. I think with this one. No. Yeah, grab him. So I can move him for a second, and then maybe I can get rid of the smoke. Because I'm just worried that when it tries to animate it, it somehow is going to tie the smoke to him. Or We'll do this. When we do the prompt, we'll just kind of have him walking down this path. I'm just hoping that it doesn't try to animate this red spot. I end up being right back where I was, huh? Maybe I did all that for no reason. That's panel number 5. We'll download it. So now we have all of our panels. Let's check and see how our last group of videos is done cooking. Um, let's see. Can you guys hear that? I don't know what's going on with AI stuff now that everybody wants to give you sounds. So if he would have just walked away, I would have been good. But instead, we got man. Oh, I'm not having a good day, guys. Not having a good day. It's costing a lot of generations. So we'll run it again. I'm going to copy the prompt. We can say we'll enact a failsafe. Oh, we'll jump over to another generator. See if we can have some more fun. That's not the picture we want. We'll go with this one. And while we're here, so let's see. Let's run it on another one. I got Pixverse. All right, this is where I'm starting to get a little nervous. Okay, so I got 2 different ones now that are working on it. But you see, I got these credits, right? Use up all my credits. Then that's bad. So where we've gotten to at the moment is we have our panels for this scene. We got 4 panels that we're using. 5. Or 6. So we'll have this one. He'll be kind of looking around, panicked because he saw something. And we'll have this one where we deleted the light on his back. And we'll easily be able to change the eyes there to red to match the last group of eyes that we saw. I think so, at least. So maybe I can cue those up while we're waiting. Could I have video cues for Kling 2.1 for panel 4 and 5, please? Do you say please to your AI assistants? Partially steps forward. I think that'll work. All right. So while this one is cooking, I think I can delete it. And we'll drop in. This is panel 4. Is this the right spot? That is panel number 4. Then I need to grab a prompt right quick. I just prefer Kling. It's the best by far. All right. So we'll start that one cooking. So got 2 in a queue. And then we'll drop in number 5. While that's loading up, I will go grab. He's watching them. We will see what actually it looks like. Ooh, pardon me. Oh man, yeah, that's what happens. You start getting tired, man. Stupid mistakes are starting to come in. Stupid mistakes are starting to come in. All right. We're going to say the eyes are glowing red because that's what we saw last time. Let's see. Man in blue. Call him a hero. Hero in blue and white. Walks towards look. Tours unaware. So he's unaware that he's being watched. We'll do that. Delete this part. The figure silhouette is still, eyes are glowing red. All right. Let's see what happens. We'll start cooking with that one. Our second attempt over here got done. Let's see. Oh my word, dude. Bro. Like if he would have just walked away down the hallway and he turned around and didn't see anything, I'd have been golden. Ugh. All right, let's click over here to Minimax. How about that one? I don't know why he's doing the pirouette in the corner, but what do you think? See, man, Kling is my jam, bro, but this Hailu, which is we call it Minimax, it's not shabby, bro. It's not shabby. See what happened to picks first. Well, he's not supposed to come in. He's not supposed to come in, is he? Oh man, bro. He's not supposed to come in. If the scene were different, the scene was different. Oh my goodness. Well, I guess it's gonna be our guy doing the pirouette. I think that'll work. Man. All right. At least we know we're making progress. We got a second piece of the video done. Let's see what's going on. Let us see what is happening. Where's that sound? Somebody let me know if you can hear. I don't know if you can hear it. We don't want to hear it. That's pretty good, huh? Knows he just saw something. Ugh. Okay. So then it's just going to come down to this guy right here. Are we going to get a hit or a miss? What are you? Oh, it's ready. It's ready. Let's check it out. I like it. Our one dude's eyes are supposed to be glowing red, but we'll take it. We understand what's going on. Can you hear the guys walking? That's what I want to know. Can you hear the guys walking? If you can hear them, let me know. I didn't even clear you in. I didn't even show you what's going on. So this is what we got. And I think we're gonna go with it. We didn't get any artifact. We didn't get any artifact over his head. And I didn't get to show you this one either because I was in the wrong spot. So he's gonna be looking around. You know, I thought I saw something, and this is where we're gonna be. So now we don't know yet who our bad guy is. So who do you think our bad guy should be? What should be his identity? Like, we're just making stuff up. This isn't in any way, shape, or form connected with Marvel Strike Force, the game. We're just making our own story up, little fan fiction. Who do you think our bad guy should be? Let me know in the comments below. I still got time to work on it. Not a whole lot of time. Team's coming out soon, and it takes time to build this stuff. So not 100% knowing the order of the character releases. Right. I just got to jump on them. Valley talked about Mr. Fantastic the other day. Diamond, OG Diamond Dave talked about Invisible Woman today. So I got to start building, man. Got to start building. Thanks for taking a couple minutes. We'll try to do these a little bit more. Take care of yourself and your family. Peace.